Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. This is going to be a very, very sort of quick one because later on I have quite a lot of things to do. I have to get over to Leeds. I have to watch a game of football. I have to do a vlog. That's why I'm doing this live because I find it a little bit easier to sort of like, if you are doing a video later, it's easier to live stream in the now. But before I dive into the Bristol City preview, because Elland Road is going to be bouncing later, and I'm very much looking forward to that, I need to give a quick little shout out to our channel sponsors, which are Match Bingo. Match Bingo is a new way of watching football where you can win cash prizes for things such as corners, VAR checks, goals, specific times for free kicks, all that kind of stuff. You get cash prizes for 1 line, 2 lines, or a full house. However, only play if you're 18 plus and make sure you're staying gamble aware. All of the links are down below, and my QR code is here, I believe. So, with all that in mind, let's get into a little bit of a chat about the Bristol City match. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Gavin. Hope we are doing very, very well. And yeah, it's the final home match of the season, and I'm very much looking forward to it myself. Sorry, I've still got a cold, and now I've got a cold sore here as well as here, so it's always going really, really well. Good timing on that one, Mark. I'm feeling a little bit better, but not better. And now I've got to get on a train in like an hour and 45 minutes, which should be good fun. But yeah, need to talk about the Leeds-Bristol City match, and honestly, I am feeling incredibly confident. Now, there will be people saying that Bristol City are on decent form, and that's true. They've only lost 1 of their last 5. They've won 3 of those. But away from home, they have been a little bit stinky. By a little bit, I mean very stinky. So away from home this season, they have won 4 matches in total. Combine that with the fact that we've lost very, very, very rarely at home this season. And I feel like we're already in a situation where we are very, very comfortable. We've lost once at home this season, only conceding 12 times. Away from home, they ain't looking too good. They're 14th on away form, which puts them in a really, really bad sort of spot, but it makes me feel really, really confident because right now, Leeds are in ridiculously good form. We are very happy with the ball. We are very happy even without the ball, just letting other teams have it. So even if Bristol City come at us with the sort of swashbuckling approach of, yeah, we want possession and we want to try and outplay you all over the park, it isn't necessarily going to work for them. And sorting the clubs by sort of like the amount of the ball they like to have. Where are Bristol City? Bristol are sort of average, but they like having it more than they like not having it. Which makes sense. They're a team in the promotion places, which means they have to go out and try and win games. But this is another one where they ideally need to get something. So having a look at the table at the moment, they're on 67 points, which is not too bad. 67 points, fine. 5th place probably means they're in the playoffs. But there's 2 teams on 66. There's a team on 65 and a team on 64. This battle for the playoffs is absolutely ridiculous right now, and it means that Bristol City will want something from this match, which means they're more likely to be open and expansive, which means we're more likely to be able to do our thing, which means getting at them. I think the key areas in this match will be wide areas. Obviously, Firpo we know is ridiculously good. Bogle we know is ridiculously good. On the wings, I don't think James is meant to be back. I think we'll be looking at Nonto Solomon again. But there is a question over whether we see a little bit of rotation, which is a very fair question. Like, I can see us maybe giving Harry Gray a few more minutes again, because he looked fairly promising in that last match. I can see us maybe giving Ramazani a few more minutes, a little bit more for Schmidt. I would love to see a little bit more of Pat, but you guys all know that. And yeah, I'm feeling really good about tonight. I feel like we win this match relatively comfortably. I won't say a canter. And the sort of things that you might want to look for on your match bingo card are, I think we'll win a good few free kicks, because looking at Bristol City's sort of side and the amount of minutes that various players have got, they've got 3 players, that's 4, 3 players who've played every single league minute so far this season. And that includes Jason Knight, who's a midfielder, but another player that's played every single match of the season for them is another midfielder, Max Bird. who has not missed much football at all. Very good player, but hasn't missed much, which means that as much as we're looking at Brendan Aronson and saying Aronson must be exhausted, he's going to have some problems, their midfield is going to be in the exact same position. And for me, that says that there is an opportunity to get at them, and I think we're going to see a lot of fouls. I think we're going to see a few bookings on their side. And honestly, I can see a good few goals for it. It won't be as good as the Stoke match. That was an absolute dream. And a quick reminder, we are only 9 goals away from the club goal-scoring record of all time. But I can see us getting a few. I can see maybe 3. And that mean that we need 6 on the final day against Plymouth. Am I setting my hopes a little bit high? Probably. Am I going to continue to do so? Absolutely. But I'm firmly in the position where I feel like we win this match. Go on to 97 points and take it to the final day against Burnley, where if we beat Plymouth, there is a very real chance that Burnley will miss out on the title on 100 points. And that, to me, would be absolutely hilarious. I'm really very much looking forward to it. I'm going to have a quick dip through the comments. As I said, it's going to be a quick stream, so I'm only going to go for a few more minutes. Because sometimes it is significantly easier to do a stream than a video. Ooh, I know, it's weird. Good morning, Michael. I've covered the mornings. I won't be doing another vlog with Paul. The reason I did a vlog with Paul was that we had a spare and Paul was looking for a ticket. So I don't know if Paul's managed to get a ticket anywhere or anything, but I'm in the top of the East Stand this time, like the very top of the East Stand. Which should be good for like vlog content at the very least, so I'm hoping for that. Would you go for CJ Riley from Burnley? I don't know. I would say probably not, because I feel like A, Burnley will want him, which will push the price up, and B, it's always quite good to have a little bit of a look around, you know? Like, there's probably better European talent. Joe will be in attendance. He mentioned he'll be in the Peacock around 5 and then the Bremner suite. Might have imagined not being Leeds hoping to meet with Joe, but he said 5 was too early. 5 is a bit early. 5 is a struggle. I'm hoping to be able to say hi to Joe as well, but I don't know when and where I'll be able to, because it depends on trains and things. I'm going to zoom that out because I'm a little bit big compared to comments. Guardian naming people who the club are looking at to replace Farker. I've seen a few names floating around, but I don't know. I think the club and Farker's response, the club's response to it on the day, to be clear, awful, genuinely abysmal. But Farker's response in the presser was good. So I feel like there's potentially something there in terms of him sticking around. Always good to see that you're in for the Creator Cup. And if you are in for the Creator Cup, we've got some lovely merch now. Look at this. Oh, it's so good. So go for that. Bristol City need a point, I believe, to make certain of a playoff place. I think they need more than that off the top of my head. Yeah, I think 1 point gets them on 68. And while 68 is okay, there's still 2 clubs on 66 and Blackburn on 65 that could catch them. So I don't think a point does it. So they'll need to do a little bit better than that. They're going to Elland Road to win. A Bristol City content creator said they're likely to be without 3 or 4 first teamers. That makes sense. Rotating to make sure that they're in better shape for the last game of the season is just sensible. Feels a bit weird going into a match with no nerves whatsoever, but I am nothing to lose, all to win. Absolutely, that's where I am right now. Draw no good to us. We need to beat you. Come on, Reds. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'll be honest with you. We are full swashbuckling vibes mode, and I don't think there is any way to sort of get around that fact. Siege out of contract from June. He's been excellent this season, but is that out of contract at City or Burnley? Because if I remember right, he's there on loan. So I'll have a look. Oh no, he's just straight up at Burnley. Why did I think he was a City player? In that case, maybe. Tempting. But I can see Burnley potentially looking at it. Yeah, Trafford is gone. I don't see them retaining Trafford. Side note, Trafford not getting player of the season is a robbery. And the fact that it's gone to Hamer instead is fucking hilarious. Gus Hamer isn't even the best midfielder for Sheffield United. Never mind the player of the season. Brownhill, better than Hamer. James, better than Hamer. Trafford, comfortably better than Hamer. I've got no idea why they've done that. Is it just a pity thing? Like, oh, well, you didn't get automatic promotion, so have player of the season. Like, it could feasibly be that, but honestly, it's absolute joke that they've given that to Hamer. Don't understand it. Don't want to understand it. Stupid. I think the club's stick with Farke for the moment. They have to be getting a shortlist sorted. Yeah, but I think any sane club always has a shortlist ready of managers they're looking at just in case. So that's what I'm sort of leaning towards. Sousa's better than Hamer for Sheffield. Yeah, absolutely. And Brownhill not being in the team of the season, as much as because I watched Joe's stream last night, and he mentioned how it's not a rule that there is only 3 players per club because last season we had 4. I think it's a new thing because at the same time you look at League One and you look at their team of the season, and I'm going to have a quick check for something. Yeah, Birmingham City already vibing on 105 points, like very, very comfortably promoted. They've only got 3 players in theirs, which to me says that we're in a position of you can only have 3. I don't know if that's the truth, but the fact that we only have 3 in there, Burnley only have 3 in there, to me, absolutely screams that there's a limit on that. Which is a pain, and it's stupid, and I don't understand it. But I think that's a thing that's been introduced since last season, and it's pointless, but I think that's what they've gone for. We've got Famer needs to improve his fitness. Maybe the Blunt's fitness team are that bad and would be able to improve his fitness. I just think that's the way that Hamer is. There's some players that are always going to be relatively low effort and just sort of try to get things done based on their like talent. Samu Saiz was the same in my opinion. And there's going to be some players that you just cannot get to be fitness minded. And I think Hamer is probably in that category. So for me, I'm absolutely not bothering with Gus Hamer. There will be better players on the continent that we can look at and we can potentially sign. I'm going to end the stream in a moment. I'll deal with a couple more questiony comments in a minute. Bellingham's only in there for the name. Jason Knight's arguably better. There's lots of players that have been better than Bellingham. But yeah, I'll do a couple more questiony bits. If you haven't yet, I'd hugely appreciate popping a like on the stream. Subscribe as well if you're not yet. That's always also fantastic. You could even be a channel member. You get things like news videos early. I need to rebuild my channel membership base because when I did the price adjustment from 99p, it sort of like purged all of the members, which means that I'm now down to like 5. So if you used to be and you don't mind the cost of $2.99, go for it. Basili's been made available. I'd take him every day. I'm not certain. I mentioned that Bristol City would be like 3 or 4 first team players. It wasn't down to rotation, but injury to key players in defence and centre mid. Ooh, very interesting. Anyone using the Krasnodar chat? No, not since the weird Farke stuff that happened a while back. Apparently, he's a player that Farke's interested in, but we didn't end up making a big bid for, which is fine. Like, there will be other names. We'll see what we end up with. But I'm going to bring the stream to a close there because I have to get ready to get a train. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on the stream, subscribe, comment if you're watching the VOD. That also always helps. Or spam the big react heart thingy in the bottom right-hand corner. That's also really, really useful, I think. I don't know. YouTube's got a weird algorithm, man. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Toodaloo.